What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in these work streets. We early in these work streets. About to open up the stove, get this thing popping, get it going. Cowboys played a game last night. Against those arch nemesis San Francisco 49ers. I'm just going to give my quick thoughts about the game. And I know you've heard it from 3,422,252 people in these Cowboy streets, but you ain't heard it from me. So here we go. You know, these last few weeks, we could break down the game. I ain't really been trying to break down the game. We all watched it, but I just want to speak on just the things I feel and see. First of all, I was very disappointed at the Rico Dowdle situation right before the game. We had Mr. Elliott on the final word, that past week. And, he was thrown out there, show anybody that can show me. Zeke has regressed. I give you 10K. That's been everything that's hit Twitter streets. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it since he came on the show. And he said that. Well, he said it before that, but he doubled down on the final word. I challenged Mr. Elliott in a few things. Nothing disrespectful, just my thoughts. And my first thought was Mike McCarthy didn't want Ezekiel Elliott, and this was a Jerry Jones thing and not a Mike McCarthy thing. But we ain't gonna go all into that. The biggest thing is, since Rico Dowdle's career game against the Steelers, we saw the next game his carries get obliterated and Zeke getting more of the call. And this is after Zeke also asked in the media, what was my role? If y'all brought me over here, I don't have a role. I'm not playing. What's going on? It seems like right after that, the organization has been appeasing him. Then Rico Dowdle's a healthy scratch in the San Francisco game. Came to the game feeling good. Said he was, all of a sudden he got sick. We saw it. We don't need to go all over it. We seen the videos. Everybody from Cowboy Nation was like, come on, dog. And, and before that game, we also heard Mike McCarthy say in the media that Rico Dowdle was going to get more carries going forward. And then you elevated Dalvin Cook. This is going to be the first Dalvin Cook game. So now everybody in the streets was like, okay, so who you going to be inactive? Because you got Zeke, you got Dowdle, you got Cook, and you got Dysfunction. Rico mysteriously gets a sickness. He's out. Zeke Elliott starts, get the lion's share of the carries, although it was only 7 carries. And Dalvin Cook played. I'll be the first to tell you, Zeke had, 7 carries for 35 yards. Had his longest run was 11 yards straight up the middle. It was it parted like the open sea, so it's not like he did anything great. But he did run hard, broke some tackles, had a 5-yard, 6-yard game, was running the ball effective, especially in that first drive when they scored and it was 7-3. I'm not the I want to be right crowd like so many people and content creators try to go out there and say, people just want to be right. People just want to be right. No, I don't want to be right. I don't care about being right because I don't care about this. This ain't feeding my family. Let me tell you that. This content creating ain't feeding my family. I could care less about it. You get what I'm saying? I could care less. This is just absolutely just fun now because these Cowboys are whack. But real talk, I don't care about being right. I just don't like how the dysfunction of this organization still stands. And that was dysfunction, what you did with Rico Dowdle and to appease Ezekiel Elliott, in my opinion. Now, as far as the game goes, like I said, Ezekiel Elliott was running effective. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not mad that he was. I never said he lost a step. I did see he don't have that juice. He doesn't have that burst. But I never said, unless somebody can pull it up, where I said Ezekiel Elliott is washed. Never said that. I said that I don't want you to bring Ezekiel Elliott back after you cut him, and then you bring him back for what? And then you want to force it down people's throats. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't like how it was done. And I just don't think he's an effective starting back game in and game out. I think he's more of a backup. Anyway, I talked too much about that. Let's talk about this game. Dallas was effective running the ball. They was up 10-6 at halftime. I mean, this is just what I want to say about it. Mike McCarthy's a lame duck coach. This is a lame duck season. 3-4. Dak threw 2 interceptions. One was, okay, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it was bad, but he did get hit when he was throwing it. The other one was just bad business. You're trying to come back. You're trying to bring the team back. You're forcing it to CeeDee Lamb because you ain't really got nobody else. You got Jake Ferguson, he played good. Tolbert was okay, but you forced him. You made a bad decision. And as soon as that happens, all the Dak apologists, oh, Mike McCarthy stopped running the ball and he stopped doing this, which he did. I'm not mad at that because he should have stayed with the run game. He did not. You get what I'm saying? He should have stayed with the run game. He did not. But that doesn't excuse Dak for the 2 interceptions just because he didn't stay with the run game. I understand it. You should have stayed running. But that still don't excuse 2 interceptions. That still don't excuse 8 interceptions in 7 games. You get what I'm saying? Yes, you got like 9, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I mean, and the thing is with Dak, in my opinion, and I ain't hating, I promise you, I like Dak. But it just seems like when the pressure is when the pressure is on this team, they can't do it. When there ain't no pressure, they be turning up. Like in the game. When the pressure's on to win this game, y'all choke. Then when y'all getting blown out during the game, y'all come back with all this fervor, start scoring touchdowns everywhere. Dak and CeeDee all of a sudden magically start balling out. And then when it comes down to crunch time again, the team chokes. So when pressure's on, you choke. When there ain't no pressure, you play awesome and great. When that pressure comes back, you choke. And that's just the thing of this team. Like, the defense didn't play great. It played okay. That rookie running back, after the second or third string running back went out, he came and ran almost 70 yards, averaged almost 6 yards a carry. Okay? San Francisco shot themselves in the foot in the first half. Let's keep it real. Dallas defense didn't play terrible. They played okay, but they weren't playing great. There was no pass rush on Brock Purdy. We know why. But for real, San Francisco had 3 big holding calls. 1 holding call, and they gave it a touchdown. They missed a 4th down. It was a bad pass. You know what I'm saying? Deebo Samuel was wide open. So, for real, it was more San Francisco not playing good football that kept Dallas in the game more than Dallas was just playing tremendous football, and that's why they had the lead. Because they had, like I said, they had 3 big holding calls in that first half. 1, they gave it a full touchdown. And they were playing very sloppy football in that first half. Brock Purdy, the coach, all of them admitted, yeah, we knew, we got the looks that we wanted. We got everything we wanted. We just didn't execute. And that's what it looked like on the field. You get what I'm saying? So they start blowing Dallas out 27-10. Mike McCarthy goes away from the run. You had 3 opportunities in the red zone for that field goal. You could have ran at least once or maybe a draw. Went to 3 straight passes, nothing. When you got the ball back right before halftime, you straight passed the ball, gave them the opportunity to get the ball back and score again. When you got the ball back, when it was, what was it, 30 to 24, something like that. I can't even remember the score. I don't even be thinking about it. But you straight passed every down, 4 straight passes on the downs, nothing. And you did go for CeeDee because that first pass, they almost had the interception. Fred Warner almost had the interception on that first drive pass. Yeah, you could have maybe did a sneak run, But at the end of the day, Dallas just ain't a good team, y'all. Let's just keep it real. Dallas just ain't a good team. They're 3-4. You are what your record says you are. And to me, it's just like I said, this is just a lame duck season. Mike McCarthy up there at the podium talking about we should have stayed with the run. You should have stayed with the run. I mean, you say these things, but you do goofy things. Like your general manager who just be rambling, makes the call for Ezekiel Elliott. It's just dysfunction. I don't know what else to say about it. You can't even really talk about this game. You feel me? Like I said, it's the lame duck season. Lame duck season. There ain't really nothing else to say about this. This ain't really to have no long conversation about. This ain't even shouldn't even be no long video. You feel me? What is there to talk about? Lame duck season, like I said. This team was not going anywhere this year. You had too many subtractions in free agency. You didn't add, once again, the people you did add were not effective. Your draft picks are not stepping up to the plate. Carson was sitting out again. Mozzie, he okay, I guess. He ain't validating the first round pick. Luke Schoonmaker, your second round pick, bust. Veholko gone. I don't even know who was in that damn. I mean, DeMarion Overshown, good. He had a big sack. But you put all this stock in these draft picks, and they're okay. So, I mean, they're relying on these draft picks right now. Draft picks are okay. I mean, there's nothing really to say about this game. I didn't think they were going to win, but this was the best opportunity for Dallas to win this game. But this was your best opportunity to beat a San Francisco team that didn't have a great run defense, had hella injuries. But at the end of the day, once again, Dallas plays a team with a good quarterback or a good quarterback play, they ain't winning. And every game that they played, pretty much that they've had a pretty decent quarterback, they've lost. And Brock Purdy, say what you want, but he's a pretty good quarterback. Yes, he had a bad game against Kansas City, but he is still a good quarterback. And whenever Dallas plays a team with good quarterback play, they lose. And that's just it. So it ain't just, I mean, it's just look at it. The 3 wins were against Justin Fields, who got replaced. And what happened? They got Russell Wilson, and they exploded offensively. Justin Fields can't throw the ball. I don't care what you say. He's a running quarterback. So Dallas, yes. So that Steelers game wasn't all that to me. Now, I know Russell Wilson ain't all that right now, but he can still throw the ball. So us beating them, with him throwing the ball, I think that would have felt more legit to me because Justin Fields is a running quarterback. So there was never no fear with me with them Steelers, and that's the only legit win Dallas had all year so far. That Giants win, that wasn't legit. And damn, Browns wasn't, because we could have seen that if they would have had just Jameis Winston, they could have beat Dallas. So let's keep it real. And nobody counting no Daniel Jones with the Giants, and they still didn't blow them out. So this really isn't a good team. You lost a lot of players. You didn't replenish. You relied on draft picks who are just okay. You didn't touch free agency. You signed your big stars, Dak and CD, but you really didn't give them no help. You put a lot of inexperience on that offensive line. You didn't really add a receiver. You got Jalen Tolbert. He's just okay. Jalen Brooks is just okay. They're not upper echelon players that you drafted, since Dallas drafts so well. Defensively, Mozzie is okay. You drafted him too. Your other players, Veholko, Golston, they're gone. Veholko gone. Golston is okay. He's not a world beater. Osa Ogadazua, I like Osa, but he's not dominant, and you're probably not going to re-sign him. He's probably going to sign elsewhere and get paid. Carl Lawson, he's not going to be here. He's only a one-year deal. You feel me? Your linebackers, you love Overshown, but and Maris is pretty good, but you don't have no bam. Besides the Parsons, obviously. So this team is missing him. Secondary, Donovan Wilson, bad. Malik Hooker, okay. Trevon Diggs with the outburst against Mike Leslie, who I don't care who he is. But you going off, hearing about tweets about what were you doing? It was a legit question, bro. Dude made the catch, and he saw you just running down the sideline with him, and then at the last second making a tackle. And yes, we don't play the game, players. I'm tired of hearing players say this. This is my last thing. Yes, players, we don't play in the NFL. Y'all always want to run to that. You don't play this game. You don't know this game. Yeah, the fuck we do. Excuse my language. Yeah, a lot of us do. Yeah, a lot of us didn't play NFL football, but there's a lot of us did play football. There's a lot of us did coach this game. There's a lot of us play athletes, NFL athletes, NBA athletes. We know these people. We're just the dumb people who talk about you guys, and y'all are the only knowledgeable guys because you play in the NFL. No, because half you analysts that play in the NFL say the dumbest shit. And I don't want to hear Trevon Diggs talking about, you don't know, you don't play in the NFL, you don't know this, you don't know that. We do know you don't tackle. We do know that. We know you don't tackle and you make business decisions. We know that. You feel me? Yes. And I just get tired of hearing players think just because they play the game, nobody else knows anything but them. They the only ones know the game of football because they play it. No, you don't. You're not the only ones that know the game of football. Yeah, you might know it at a higher level because you played it. But, bruh, there's a lot of people that know football, that coached it, played it, just because they didn't make it to the NFL, know it too. So stop trying to play us like that. And why don't you get your butt on the field and start making tackles and making play and making this defense better instead of attacking reporters. And I'm not taking this reporter side, but you quick to jump down that throat. Why don't you have that energy on that damn football field? That's all I'm saying. Big Game James, I'm out. Peace.